There we go. Dun, 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 dun. And there we go, we're live. Hello, we're at Coco's Corner today. We do not have Danny. He had a trip and did not watch Impact, so I have him covered. We have Tori today. Tori?
Hello. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Karen?
So update on the sickness. I am better. Uh, but I have some horrible news to that happened. And before I go into what I have, I want to quickly cover that I have a sinus infection. It's vital, and I kind of knew it because Friday, I know this side was coming out, not this side. I had this one before, but so yeah, I have a vital sinus infection. I'm on medication for that. Thankfully, I caught it in time. Another thing, we have some crazy news. Crazy news. One involving a league team, one involving a scandal, and one involving a death we already heard about. And near the end of the show, we are going to play the theme song of this person, particularly uh, for tribute purposes. And I do not own the rights of this song, so just to give that warning out. And I am wearing a new necklace with a ring on it. It's a member of Blackpink, Jennie. It has her first and last name in and her date of birth of when she was born. So I'm gonna first cover Impact before the news because there's so much news in this, and I'm gonna start at that. And I write down, oh, it's for the each match because I watched it or brief it up in a way. So first match is, and I should ask you, how are you?
I'm doing okay. So what's the first match on Impact? Because I've been watching Impact lately too.
So we have the Knockouts Battle Royal.
That sounds interesting.
Yes, this one is actually interesting because it says knockouts, right? And this one does not contain. It was supposed to be a 10 knockout battle royal. So in the beginning, for the bell ring, Disco tries to diss the knockout roster, saying about the Brian Petty's match, pretty much saying that the females should not wrestle. Typical. So the knockouts didn't like what Disco was saying, bell rang, and they all went after him. Like, no joke, all 10 females decided to go after him. Easy elimination. And he was not a part of the match. It did not work out in the favor because apparently he got out, went to the commentary desk, and when Tessa was technically Tessa is the winner because of the fact that it's a knockout battle royal, and she is a knockout. And so before I give you out the real winner, which I think is stupid, Taya went on to attack Madison Rain and pretty much eliminating her from the match, even though she went over the top rope. The winner is Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno.
Yeah, Disco Inferno.
Oh my God, that guy. He's still. Like I remember him from WCW.
Yeah. To me, if you have a female 10 roster, 10 female match, damn it, can we not throw a possibility of a fucking man in there? And when it says 10, he's a. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this right now. Good job, Apex. But I'm gonna reverse the decision right here now. Tessa won the match. Disco, well, Tessa being the last knockout won the match. Disco won the match being a guy. So it actually is Disco winning, but technically it's Tessa. They're not her. Don't know how stupid. Your thoughts on that before I continue?
First of all, Disco Inferno had no business being in the match. It's supposed to be a woman's battle royal match, right?
Yes.
So like the women's Royal Rumble match. Okay, he's not a woman. So I think that Tessa being the actual winner should contend for that number one contendership for that knockout title, not Disco Inferno.
I agree. So that's why I said I'm gonna reverse this decision and saying Tessa's the winner. Disco, even though Impact says he's the winner, is not technically legal in that match. So that match, and Tessa should have been given to her because she is the last knockout, and she is going to have that match. Impact's going to not. It's okay to do it if it's not for a title, but Impact, you're gonna fuck up on this. We already have a situation where not Eli, but Eric Young being a female tag title winner holder with OBD or ODB. Um, why do we need a guy holding a female's championship? Um, I'm like, I think I'm just not used to seeing a guy holding a female championship besides a girl doing that to a guy, like holding a guy's championship. I don't know. I think we're not used to seeing that. Yeah. You ready for the next match?
Yeah, I'm ready for the next match. It's just crazy that the Disco Inferno
I know.
was trying to get involved in a woman's match.
Yes, and he claims that females are not had no place in wrestling. Well, he had no place in this match. So the next match is a demon collar match with and it okay. I'm not going to continue the show if you're going to be like this, Kevin.
Oh, I like that Demon Collar match.
Yes, I am sorry, guys. Okay, so the demon collar match. Just to be fair, I'm going to explain. So it's they were both chained, and it's a no DQ match. So basically, Sue Young and Rosemary were both chained together while they're competing. Like I said, it's a no DQ, anything goes. So I also have it here that both Rosemary and Sue Young spitted out mist in the air at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, they both went back and forth. Uh, near the end, Sue missed her mist. Rosemary, matter of fact, did not miss her mist to Soo Young. It got to her. It was effective and causing Rosemary's win. Uh, so after the match, Soo Young was dragged out. While still having the chain around her neck.
This, I actually like this match because they brought something new to wrestling.
Yes, this one is not common, I think, or not heard of, and I'm not sure how
Yep.
many times this was used. So because it wasn't used or heard of, this is the first time Impact is using this with two competitors who obviously you can tell still have a few going. Do you have anything else to that match before I continue?
The only thing I want to add to that match is that was a great match. It was actually one of the best matches I've seen from Impact.
Yes, something WWE
There's
would
a lot
not
of
do.
there was a lot of great storytelling in that match, and of course Rosemary won, but that match itself was very great. That's all I got to say about that match. You know, it had great storytelling in the ring, two women being themselves. You know, that's why I like to see.
Yes. This next match is a quick one because it was just obviously quick. It's Fulton, Madman Fulton versus Randy Sean. Pretty much Fulton quickly take out Sean after being barked quick orders from Sammy Callahan.
Sammy Callahan.
Yes. And by the looks of it, it was over before it was started. And so yeah, after the match, Sammy tried to have it get Fulton under control. What do you think of that one?
Anything that involves Sammy Callahan, oh my God, you're gonna expect some chaos,
Yes,
and that's exactly what this kind of match was.
definitely. Oh,
Sammy Callahan, he's great. That's all I got to say about him. And when you, I mean, the whole match was just pretty. It was actually one of the greatest storytelling match I've seen. Cause you know, if you don't know how to see, you can put on a great match, but if you don't have the storytelling behind it, people are not going to respond.
right, right. And I think that's what's
And
lacking
this
in the
match had it
WWE right now with this effective storylines.
right.
And I'm not saying any disrespect. WWE does not, they don't effectively put enough effort in the storylines, and that's how their ratings is going to drop. And that's what happened.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm a look. I watch all wrestling. I don't just watch WWE and Impact. I watch everything, and you know, WWE do need better storylines so people can get involved. But yeah, you're right. WWE doesn't have great storytelling.
Yes, it's how can I say it in the best way? Better, obviously. When you're doing a storyline, you want to make it seem interesting. If you're going to throw in same people every week, every X amount of times, all the time, with little to no kind of story, people are going to get bored. People are not going to want to watch. People are going to find something else to watch, and be amused. Because it's, it's a show. You want to make it great. Well, you're not making it great, WWE. Um, but I don't want to keep going into it because there's one of the news I want to talk about that has
Oh,
creativity
okay.
in it, and I want to hold that one up later. This one does not
Okay.
affect the last one, but just saying. Okay, next match is Killer Cross versus Eddie Edwards. Um, so I put this there after the match. Kenny the Kendo Stick just pretty much snapped. Killer just broke it carelessly. Yeah, just to rile up Eddie. Um, so basically, when Eddie came in, Killer didn't give him time to throw punches. It was quick. I'm gonna get after you, kind of thing. So it was like back and forth. Um, and somehow I type on my thing. I put Raw. I said too. Uh, and he tries to end the match, but got a kick out at one. Um, and it was a disqualification because of the fact that Killer decided he's gonna put the hands on the referee, and the referee just disqualified him for that. Rule number one: do never put your hands on the referee. Lesson learned.
This. Oh man.
Yes, like I said, I saw the YouTube ones, And it did show that he did put his hands on the referee. That's why he got disqualified. And that's why Eddie won. It was not Eddie, what Eddie, like he did to Eddie. It was what he did to the ref.
Well, this this is very interesting because I see what Killer Cross is trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to build a rivalry between him and Eddie Edwards by disqualifying himself, setting him up for the next time those two guys meet each other.
Exactly. And that's what's going on. And like, that's why Impact's doing something different than WWE. They're trying to tell a story, and there's so many points in this was there. They're doing it in an efficient way. They have a team that, if they can come up with something executed properly, then there we go.
Yeah.
WWE does not have that. What it is Vince has to take it in a way that he wants it, and frankly, after a while, once you get all your creativity to a low, you can't think of anything else. And that's what's going on with Vince. Here is where you want to get the fans. Here is Vince. He was here before, but dropped over time because it was a weekly basic. He had like each and every time he had to think of something. It was for all of them. That's how he's draining quicker. That's how Triple H was quick to change up on NXT. That's why NXT is a little bit better than WWE itself. Because Triple H
Right.
is right there with the fans. Vince is here. There's a big difference. This was the last match. Wait, did I say? Wait a minute. Did I put Killer Cross as? You know what? If I got that wrong, don't at me. I made a mistake. I might have. Been a crazy day. Okay, so this one is Rich versus Michael. This one has a disqualification. I think the other one has a pinfall. Made a mistake. Don't know how I got those two confused. So basically, both had tried to take some of the control of the match. Um, Ref tried to get both men back in the ring. That's where the disqualification happened.
Right.
My fault. I can.
That's okay.
I don't have my glasses on, so I read it wrong. Your thoughts to it before we go into the news?
My initial thoughts, like I said, Impact Wrestling as a whole is trying to build a better storyline.
Yeah, definitely. Let me.
And honestly, I hope it continues. I mean, I like to see any wrestling federation succeed, including WWE.
Yes.
The only thing about WWE is they need better fighters and better storylines. That's all they need. And also listen to the fans. But this PG era stuff they're doing is not working.
No. I agree 100%. I agree. Okay, if you're trying, I get they're trying to do PG for the some of the kids. These
I
are,
get all that, but
yeah.
still.
But here's where I'm gonna say this quick and easy. WWE, some of these kids are going to hear swear words. They're going to hear, I see this violence. Some of this is already on TV. Because if as long as you have this PG, it's it's kind of not gonna work in your favor because you're not doing it properly. The Attitude Era, the ruthless aggression, you did it excellent. Do us fans a favor. Can you please bring some of it back? Can you please give us better writers? That'll be great. Please. Okay. Okay, so that's all of Impact. Now this one,
Okay.
so I'm gonna have you help me with some of the news if it's okay with you, Tori. Because some of
I'll
the,
help you with this one.
all right, so this one I actually have first because it's band related and this is music. Um, this band I know I liked. This is not K-pop. This one's not country. Just throwing it out there because we know I like country. I like K-pop. This is a band that's not neither. So I have here. I'm gonna say it differently. Evanescence is going to have a new album coming out in 2020. Um, we all know the "Bring Me Back to Life" song, or "Wake Me Up" or "Bring Me Back to Life." That's not their only single. They have "Call Me When You're Sober." They have uh, what is it? I'm trying to think. I know more songs. Um, "Open Door." Let's see. There's a few more and I can't think of it. Imaginary or immortal, something like that. If I'm getting them wrong, I'm sorry. So basically they last album was back in 2017 with Synthesis. So they've been active since 2019. Some of this might be Wikipedia. I might not. So this next part I do not know, or like next sentence, don't at me. I might get it wrong. Um, so it looks like they've been in a band since 1995. They've been on hiatus for a few years in the 2010s. So I'm just happy they're having a band out, next album out. What do you think?
Ooh,
I don't know what to type. What do you think of that, Tori?
I'm thinking right now. You said a lot there. To be honest,
Yeah,
and most of the stuff I agree with.
yes,
And like I said, I've been watching, listening to hip hop, and I'm not a big fan of country, but I do know people that listen to country, and people. And I'm just gonna say it like this: if you're a fan of both music, more power to you, and I respect that. But you got people out there that listen to country that don't respect those who listen to hip hop, or vice versa. Me, I don't listen to country, but I respect those who do.
yeah. I do listen to some songs that aren't country. Uh, because that's what happened. So I started like in the 2010s. So that's with the country more. But like I do listen to others variety, like the big variety. I do have a variety on my phone. Wait, actually, I forgot. I have my Apple songs. I can get the Evanescence where is it? Let me get the okay. We have going under. Everybody's full of my immortal. That's from like Fallen. Here's the open door. See sacrifice. Call me when you're sober. Lithium. Cloud 9. Good enough. And like I said, synthesis. So their song, they don't base off of just one song. They have more. Um, didn't know why I can't use my phone for that. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay. Here's the next one. This one's actually wrestling. Some of these are facts. Some of these are rumors. Um, quickly getting off of music a little bit. So here for some of this you can look it up if you want to. This one just said take this with a few grain of salt, but a caller to PW Torch's Wade Keller Pro Wrestling host show claiming to be friends with three WWE writers said the most frustrating person in the back every single night is Triple H. Like I said, this is where I come into saying the creativity situation. I think the most frustrating is Vince because Vince owns WWE.
Right.
Triple H don't own. Yeah, he's only a certain power of the WWE. Vince does.
He's like the COO.
Yeah, he's not. So this is where I'm coming in with a thing. So I'm gonna quickly tell this person they're full of shit. Triple H knows where the creativity is. Like he's brand new, so of course he's gonna be right here, and he's gonna be here. The difficult person is Vince because he's here and the fans are here. Vince is
Right.
he's not coming like he's not taking a moment to say, okay, how am I doing it wrong? And how can we get me back up here where I'm meeting the fans uh and helping them? And I think what happened is Triple H was already here. He's trying to say, hey, look at some of these fans are saying this. So that's why he's up here. Vince is here.
Right.
He's thinking, oh, no, 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 no. I want my way. I run WWE. Obvious points. And because he's down here, he's not meeting the fans. And because there's a lot of us, that's why we're up here. And so the problem is we can't just go down. Our three, so Vince wants right ratings, and we're slowly dropping because Vince is down here and we're up here. That's right, the ratings sucks. That's why not a lot of people watch WWE anymore. It's because Vince, you're not letting new writers come in, new writers to control the storylines for all of them. You're in the mental state of I'm drained. I get it. Uh, when you can't reach a high expectation of wanting to get the fans involved or high ratings, that's when everything goes where you are at. Losing it. Do us a favor and get us some brand new people who can freshly come in and say, look at here's. Can you stop? I'm really sick of this.
I got a better.
I'm not joking, Mom. Sorry.
I got a better suggestion for Vince McMahon. Let Triple H take over. I mean, look how successful NXT and NXT UK and 205 Live is being right now.
Yes.
The their fan watch NXT and NXT UK in the main roster. And that's a damn shame.
Yes, that's why I said bring in someone new. So like new writers. Triple H can be like a new writer or something. He knows what he's doing.
If you look at NXT main roster, it's like night and day. If you look at the viewership of 205 the main roster is on top.
Yes, and I think it's only because Vince is creatively drained.
Right.
The more and more Vince is being used, the more and more creatively drained he is. I get it. Vince, I get you don't want to say, yes, I'm mentally or creatively drained. Let me give it to Triple H. I get that. But eventually, you're going to have to step down and let Triple H take over and say, hey, look at it. I can't do it anymore. I'm being physically drained from thinking of what kind of storylines to do. You're doing a better job in NXT 205 Live than I am with the main roster. Can you take over? Now we're not gonna get that soon, but
yeah, NXT UK and 205 Live is doing way better than the main roster. I mean, that's I mean, I've been people all the time talking about, and the thing about it is people don't know. I told people all the time, if you want better wrestling, I mean, yes, you got Impact out there, you got AEW coming, you got Ring of Honor, you got New Japan. But if you're a WWE fan, if you get sick and tired of the main roster, you got NXT, you got 205 Live, and you got NXT UK.
yes,
There you go.
yes. So on to this. No, WrestlingNews.com had that story, along with another instance of Triple H liking then unliking a fan tweet, which is critical of Vince McMahon. Understandable.
Right.
Andre, it's because of the fact that this fan is saying, "Hey, look it, I can't see Vince being any more creative than he was at one point." Uh, I think that when he came PG, that's when everything dropped.
Right.
So, uh, Vince, please give it to Triple H, one way or another, so you can get the freaking ratings back, or just give him the creative team, something. So next part of it is Andrean, can you pronounce it? Andrade, thank you. Has a lot of backing in WWE right now, according to our lovely, lovely person I do not like. According to Dressing Observer's Dave Meltzer, he says that Andrea will continue to feud with Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title after Money in the Bank. Meltzer also reported that AEW plans to hold some of their pay-per-views in the UK to cultivate their market there. Hey, can you do me a favor, Meltzer? I don't know how the hell you got some of these reports. You're fucking nuts. That's I would be surprised.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You already know how I feel about Dave Meltzer, so
Yeah,
I think everybody knows. All my friends know how I feel about Dave Meltzer.
we don't like him.
The man doesn't. His sources are so unreliable. People don't even pay attention to him no more.
Exactly. That's why I said what I said. If he starts beef with me, I don't get a flight crap because at least I can find more sources that is reliable, like TMZ.
TMZ, or if WWE doesn't say anything about it, then it's not true. That's one of my other sources.
Yeah. Well, WWE.com, TMZ. Usually TMZ is pretty good about it because
What they do?
because they have
TMZ always have credible sources.
yeah. That's what makes TMZ a reliable source for me because of how much information they can get from people, and that's why it's easy for me to say, hey, look at. Matter of fact, I have TMZ Sports and it's one not in the next few one for the League of Legends community because of the fact that there's more sources I can go to in the beginning of a freaking team. I will explain later, and I did not cover the team before because I didn't have enough sources, let alone didn't know. So I'm gonna all of that with that. So I'm gonna do this. So yeah, Dave Meltzer, shut up. Unless you can get better sources, don't fucking cover it. Thank you. Um, so next one is the Observer said that the following Silver King's death, rest in peace. I forgot there's two. Uh, at a show in London last week, MLW and AEW plan to have their referees train in CPR. smart move. Very
Very smart move.
um
Very smart move.
for some of you guys are gonna say no, that's not smart. Actually, it is
I'm gonna
because
tell you what I think about that one. I think that was a very good move for MLW and also AEW. I just wish that WWE and other wrestling promotions do the same. Actually, I think WWE probably gonna do the same thing because remember they lost Owen Hart back in 1999.
in the ring.
So I believe they're gonna do. I think that he's gonna do the same thing the other two companies are doing.
WWE, you should have done this when the situation with Owen Hart. You're lacking. These people are smarter than you. And AEW has not even freaking officially made their debut yet. That's bad on you, WWE. Quickly on that, and I want to say AEW and LW, thank you so much, for thinking that because the quicker that the referee can get on top of help the wrestler out, the quicker that they're not gonna lose the wrestler in the ring. Because remember, we had so far within from 1999 to now. That's what I'm aware of. Three. There might be more, but three current ones I can recall. Owen Hart,
So many.
the one for Rey Mysterio, which he accidentally the moves are not that he he didn't mean to, but it's not an accident. He thankfully he's not they're not holding him accountable because no one expected him to have his throat hit the rope and then stop breathing. Um, to that one guy. I'm sorry if I don't remember that or recall the name. It's been years. And then now it's Silver King. So thank you.
You know, we lost so many great wrestlers and wrestling legends over the years.
Yes.
I mean, we just not only we lost Silver King, I mean, we just lost two wrestlers back to back just this week alone. We just talked about Silver King.
Yes.
And of course, the other person that we're going to cover is the person that we're going to cover last.
Definitely.
And it's amazing.
Yeah. Now the reason why I have this particular person last, and I don't have much information about Silver King. They all are covered Silver King, but this last person is actually a favorite wrestler of mine before Bailey. After Stone Cold. And I want to do this one person last because being her, she's my favorite wrestler. I want to do it the right way and talk about
Right.
who she is. Because some of us might not know who this person is. So, I want to do it that way and talked about how the thing is, and plus how I can say, hey, this is what's going on, and I can compare it to her. So, um, before I could talk more about this person, I'm gonna continue with the ones I have now. So, so Shane pitches an idea for himself, but they rarely get used. Saying that the Wrestling Observer newsletter, they also say Stephanie McMahon has nothing to do with the creative right now. So basically, what Shane is talking about is, he pitches out ideas, and Stephanie doesn't even use a creative team right now. And Shane's trying to, and say, hey, look, let's try all these. Barely any of them is getting used. That's where a factor of another situation. They're trying to get fresh input. Is not getting used. Fully proven. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, if Shane McMahon thinks he can do it, let him do it.
Right, right. Okay, so
I mean,
yeah, it's just so crazy.
we talking about Shane McMahon, the son of Vince. So he thinks he can do everything.
Yeah, yeah. So this one is actually regarding today's match, later today's match on the Money in the Bank for the females. So according to PW Insider, Alexa Bliss was pulled from Money in the Bank to do a possible concussion. I'm not
Right.
sure. I'm not sure if she has a concussion or what, but she got pulled. Um, what do you say?
Well, they, the WWE are trying to do everything they can to make sure their wrestlers are safe.
Yes,
Hopefully, they need to do a little bit better job, but I give them credit.
we do because
And I don't think Alexa Bliss is ready to be in the ring full time anyway. So I'm kind of glad they replaced her with Nikki Cross. In fact, this give a chance for Nikki Cross to shine.
yes. Actually, I agree to that because I'm not saying that's a bad way for Alexa Bliss, but it does give with her possibly having another concussion, this gives her time to step away for a little bit, recover. And then it gives Nikki Cross a better to a little bit shine on who she is. Because since she came to the main roster, she pretty much didn't get a chance to shine. Um, so with this, that actually gives us who she is with the wrestler perspective, or fans seeing her as a wrestler perspective. Um, oh, this one is
That's
very
why I'm kind of glad they giving Nikki Cross at least a chance here.
yes. You don't see that every time.
No, you don't.
Next
You
one
really don't.
is right. Next one I'm gonna just cover a few of these in one. The Telegraph is reporting WB's leaving Sky TV and moving to BT Sports the UK. Um, don't know if that's true. Uh, the next one is the Observer says Balor is interested in Jack Gallagher, and there have to been talks, but no deals as of right now. And the third one is the one notes that multiple ROH employees have recently quit the company to go work for AEW.
Hmm.
So, so all these,
AEW is interested in Jack Gallagher.
the, Beller, yes, this is all, the Observer, all these are three, I'm saying it's a rumor because no facts are saying that, or I'm having facts.
No, it's just a rumor because I mean, gentleman Jack Gallagher is doing pretty solid in WWE, especially on 205 Live.
Yes,
And if that don't work out for him on 205 Live, Jack Gallagher can wrestle in NXT UK.
yes,
He's a British wrestler, so I think that just
definitely. Okay, so the next one is actually about AEW.
okay.
So we have Double or Nothing on May 25th. That is actually coming up in. I have to get this charger.
That's on my birthday, but that's 2 days prior to my birthday. AEW
6 more days. So basically, Tony talks about how excited about AEW on the day before 24 hours about NFL draft. Uh, AEW had their official live event Double or Nothing, which Pac I apparently quit. I do not know if it's true. Because of something, and it's at the MGM ground in Las Vegas, and was being monitored with mutual affection by wrestling faithful and followers of the con. He mentioned he's not going to put that. The goal is not to put WWE out of business or take their shares, but it looks like they may eventually if WWE don't get their shit together. Uh, it had gotten bigger than he imagined, but it wasn't a surprise on how big AEW had gotten since the announcement of the own wrestling company being formed back in 2018. I think majorly it's because of the signing Also, the talent AEW signed like Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho, to name a few. Chris talks about AEW fits WWE and Double or Nothing with Blu-ray on uh last month on the 28th. No, today's May. Right, 2 months ago.
Right.
This is Chris Jericho talking about AEW. I'm kind of like summing up to one thing. This was published on 3 days ago. Imagine how he got glow sticks thrown at him on a show after DX tried to push for him. Chris Jericho was a guest on the show called Busted Open Radio. He went to AEW because of Kenny Omega after hearing how good he is. Your thoughts? And
My
that
thoughts is this. I don't look. I heard that same rumor about folks talking about AEW trying to put WWE out of business, but that's not gonna happen.
right, and I agree.
WWE been around for a long time.
Yeah, if we're gonna put
And
out,
whether AEW stays or goes, WWE still gonna be around. You know, WWE is not going anywhere.
right, and I
I
see.
don't think that WWE is out of business.
Right, and I think that some of the fans are questioning it or saying that it is because of the fact that how AEW just all of a sudden got mad because of the signings. Um, that's where I said within a few years, after 10 years, there'll be a threat. Till then, they're nothing to WWE, and WWE should not worry. Okay, so apparently GTA is coming out with a new game. I don't have Danny here to talk about it. Just to throw that out there.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, I know that game, unfortunately, because I played it before. I've seen my brothers play it before. Okay, next one is actually RVD. So RVD met up with Booker T in an inclusive interview on his podcast after RVD, after 6 years of absence on a TV wrestling show, he came back to Impact Wrestling at United We Stand. RVD said that Sabu is a mentor when he has started in ECW. He also, yeah, he also got treated differently than WWE, and how he got in everyone, and how great everyone is pretty much respectful. He wanted to come back because of the fans and wants to watch wrestling on TV. The sources is Wrestling Inc. by Brian. What do you think about that?
Well, honestly, everything RBG said is true. I mean, Sabu did basically help train Rob Van Dam into professional wrestling, along with the late great original Sheik. And of course, if you look at throughout the history of ECW back in those days, it's the fans that made ECW the way it was back then.
Yes,
Because the fans would tell a wrestler whether or not they effed up or botch a move or anything. The fans will let you know that you botch a move.
right, and I think that's what's
The only reason why I agree with RBD about the fans because, well, fans nowadays don't do it, but back in those days, back in the ECW days. So I just talked about this on my friend's show last night about ECW. Um, ECW fans, they will tell you if you do something. They will let you know if you effed up or done something wrong.
yeah,
And yes, Rob Van Dam is right about that. But now you got fans that doesn't appreciate anything wrestlers do, and that's a damn shame. So I
yes,
agree with Rob Van Dam on some of the stuff he was saying.
yes, I do too.
That's the only reason why he wanted to go back to WWE or TNA or anywhere else because of the fans.
Yes,
Because that's all RBD knows, how to work with the fans.
yes. So yeah. Oh, quick update. I did get a haircut. My hair is red still. Had to get it touched up. So this one is actually Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball. Fans, if you already have this game, great news. There is an update coming next month. Um, so think Roku Taya 2089 for info about Red Brianna in this game and what she can do for the game. Uh, Games also be played on Xbox, PlayStation 4. Okay, so let me get to the what this person had mentioned or this user has mentioned. Don't know if this person is on PlayStation or on Xbox. Um, so in Dragon Ball Z Extravar 2, Rubion DLC announced that Super Saiyan God Vegeta would be making his arrival next month. In addition, with Vegeta, also Brolin, uh, Gogeta have made their way into the title. There will be also a there will also be a handful of powers or powerful super and ultimate attacks to Ribria. She'll be added as a playable character for this game for next month. Thank you for the news or for the info. That fans, that's a good thing. Um, Now you have an extra character play. We could. I did not write down her thing, but hey, what do you think of that?
I'm looking forward to. I'm just. That sounds exciting to be honest with you. I'm just looking forward to see what they're gonna do with that game or whatever they're doing with it.
Exactly.
Because
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm just looking forward to see what they're gonna do with it. I mean, they be updating just about everything on telephones, on phones and tablets nowadays. So it's hard to keep up with it with all this stuff they got going on.
Yes, that's why that person that user did mention it. Okay, so we're going a little bit back to wrestling a little bit. This one's about Ty.
Okay.
This one's about Ty Dillinger. So he departed this past February. So I'm gonna do the um. So Christian and Edge had their podcast, right? They also
Right.
caught up with Sean Spears, formerly known as a WWE, who is a former WWE superstar known as Ty Dillinger. Spears talked about many things like how he came up with the perfect 10 gimmick and candidly about his departure from the WWE in February of 2019. He mentioned WWE WWE development did their reports on the talents all the time and every month. The reports were monthly and it would be 3 to 4 pages with the breakdown from all the coaches and also there were all these numbers. Numbers would be psychological promotion or promo, attitude, and those little things, and then they would rate them 1 to 10. He would end up getting he would end up with 9.5, 9.9, and he'll think, okay, I'm doing all right, but the final the head coach department would give him 5, 6, and 5.5, things like that. That's where it is. Reason why this one is a little twist. They wanted to give him more money. He turned it down. I guess he wasn't satisfied with what or how he was being used. I guess. Your thoughts, Story?
Well, I don't blame him for leaving that they I mean, they actually did not treat him right. They basically use him as a job.
Yes, that's why. That's why.
That's why he left. I don't blame him.
Yes, that's why he said that. The things of what some of it is that the numbers and how he came up with that, but he turned down a lot of money. But I mean, like it sounds like he never regretted it. So because he never regretted it, it's his choice. He might find something else who can treat him better, or a different company like TNA or AEW. So, do you agree to that one, Tori?
I agree because, like I said, the WWE gonna offer you a lot of money, but it's how they treat you.
Yeah, yeah.
They gonna offer you billions and billions of dollars, but if you're not treated right, you don't want to go. You don't want to be in a company where they're gonna mistreat you or treat you like, or don't give you the opportunity that you deserve.
Right, right, right.
So he did what he had to do.
Yes. Okay, so this one is actually so this piece of news, and I actually follow this one a little bit. This piece of news actually revolves around my favorite singer. My first one, I should say. I have two. I have one country called Swindle, but this one is actually my favorite and pop industry. Adam Lambert has a new song that came out this past Wednesday with a music video that was at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm at. It's called New Eyes. I freaking love it. This is the first single since he released since like Original High, I think. Back in or since he had the album back in 2015. This comes after being on tour with Queen as their frontman between 2014 and 2018, if I'm correct. He had also had released Feeling Something back in February 22nd. That's the first one, but this one's the second one, which is the first track of his new album coming this year. His next album is called Velvet, and he mentioned the song through his social media, like Art of Steel. I'm not sure about K-pop. The the song and the music, like I said, is great. He also started back in '09. Then started then, well, like a little bit after he started. He so a little info. He is also a finalist on American Idol.
So Alan Bean is just doing his thing this time around.
Yes, he's still with Queen as her frontman, doing some tours. He's actually going to South Korea. He posted on his social media with it. So, South Korea, be ready for Adam Lambert. I cannot say it in Korean. Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alan.
yeah. Sorry, get the last names confused. They both start with L. Sorry. Okay, so this one is actually now I want to. This one is the one I have that I did that originally started back last month. But I never covered it because I didn't know what was going on, so I didn't really cover it. But now I do. I covered it. Alright, looked into it. Here it is. So on Twitter, the LOL Esports League of Legends posted has tweeted about a two-part tweet in about a preliminary investigation into alleged comments made by the Echo Fox ownership group. They mentioned that hate speech, threats, and bigotry have no place in the LCS. Therefore, they have directly contacted Echo Fox to take appropriate corrective actions. They said this on 60 days on Twitter, but it's shorter for Echo Fox because they did. I will tell you guys what you will later down this thing. They're so they're to take appropriate corrective actions within 6 days. If they fail by not removing any individuals whose action violate the league rules and agreements within the required time period, then the league will take formal action that may adversely impact the future of Equifax in the LCS. This came from Chris Greeley, LCS Commissioner. The time period will last until July 15th for Equifax to take action to this person. Chris also tweeted stating the following: "We are aware of the recent allegations of a team owner using offensive and discriminatory language in the LCS believes in creating a fair and inclusive environment for everyone, and the alleged comments are contrary contrary to our value, uh, and have no place for in our league. We have launched an investigation into allegations and will respond accordingly based on available actions with our team and team agreements and LCS rules. This tweet was 20 days after, which means investigation might be longer depending on who had made complaints or had made complaints before 4/25, 19. Rick Fox several weeks ago on Esports apparently had to confirm in by Riot's Games investigation the person who is a shareholder named in DOS is Amit Rizdaria. I'm sorry if I'm mentioning it. Is which Riot is referring to. Uh, has been accused of multiple sources using both racist and threatening language in correspondence with the fellow owners of EchoFox. In ESPN, the reports surfaced in April that a person or people from EchoFox ownership Vision Future Partners allegedly used racist language aimed at Jace Hall, a former CEO of EchoFox and head of Twin Galaxy, which is another organization owned by that group. Hall is an African American. Uh, they also mentioned on May 3rd, Rick told TMZ that he will leave the EchoFox organization if unless AIM, who is that question, did. Echoing the same sentiments he expressed in an email he had said to shareholder on April 19th. This comes out of Rick's words to CMC. I have amazing people, partners, investors, sponsors that don't set up for this type of behavior. This has been my life. This has been my mission. I'm not looking to go anywhere, but I will not stay in business with the racist. I just won't. Fox um, at the time had not released a statement yet since the LCS statement. EchoFox finally released a statement a day after the news broke on Twitter with the following: "We are working with the highest level of urgency to remove the investor from EchoFox organization. Our intentional timeline has been shorter than the one announced yesterday by Riot Games, with whom we have been a hallmark and point of pride for EchoFox since the inception, and reassure Riot's desire to erase intolerance from esports. This is a company made of amazing staff, amazing talent, or talented players. Um, or did I looked away for a moment? Decent fans and focused ownership. We will remove these challenges and be strong for it." Emmett told Dexeralt, and he had a conversation email exchange with Jason Hall several weeks ago. "I lost my temper and used a facial epithet personally at him. I have apologized to Jace. I would like to apologize to all. My language was wrong, and there was no excuse for it. I have stepped down from day-to-day decision making with all these entities in which Jace Hall and I were involved." So three people, Genovius, Shablov, and Batista, told Desire in a statement. Diamond has never used or made a racial epithet or statement towards Mr. Fox or anyone in his family more so never threatened Mr. Fox, like pretty much trying to defend him after he managed to say yes I did that. In 2017, Riot Games selected Echo Fox and I know other organizations to be as permanent partners in the LCS. Echo Fox first joined the LCS back in December of 2015, taking Gravity Gaming spot for $1 million. In TMC Sports, Rick mentioned the following: "The unfortunate thing is being a racist in America is not legal, unfortunately. He has his own economic interest and his own rights, so no one is going to trample on his rights." He says this to Rosetta: "Get help." Rick spent years and his own money to build Echo Fox in a major force in esports world. My thought is, I don't even know how the fuck this got out. At first I thought nothing of it. I figured they said it. They said it. If not, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking right now. I mean, when you talked about racism, I mean, racism really had no place in that kind of stuff anyway.
Right.
And I'm trying to keep my calm about it because I don't see the one thing I was taught as a child growing up is to respect everyone. It doesn't matter what race you are, religion, it doesn't matter. I was taught to respect everyone and to treat everyone, respectful. You know, that guy right there I mean, he should have been gone. That's just my personal opinion.
Yes, and right now they're taking parliamentary action. So if Echo Fox doesn't do anything about it, riots.
It's a good thing that he apologized for the language, but it was a little too late for me.
Yeah. And this one actually affects me because I work with Isaac, I work with Tori, all that, and not once in the behind the scenes I said anything that I may have said. Matter of fact, there's no way you're gonna probably hear me say anything like that. That's not acceptable. Uh, and the fact that he did apologize, that's a good thing. But now removing him is gonna be a little bit difficult. Now Echo Fox said they have a shorter thing. The reason why that they were told one thing and we got told another is because if we found out what the actual time period is, uh, the pressure I think on Echo Fox may be harder. So they're trying not to pressure them as much as they already have been pressured. So that's why they told fans one thing and they told Echo Fox the real number. So and the fact that Rec is saying, hey, look, I'm not gonna stay here with this person. Thank you. The fact that he's actually saying like this is not acceptable. I cannot do this. I cannot be in business with this person. Thank you. Personally, this just shows that as long as you don't want to do this, then you know.
I mean, my own take on it, if he hadn't meant to be racist in the first place, then why did he say it? Why did he say those racist things?
Right, and like I said, 3 people tried to defend him, saying that he didn't say it. He came out saying, yes, I did. Rick is not happy about it. So that's the Echo Fox situation. They've also had situations with Damonte and 3 other players. So I want to. They have before had a few others, but I think karma really hit them when Damonte got on the team and was toxic. So um, unfortunately for them. Okay, so we get off of that so we can cool down. No temper flying. This one's actually about This next one is about a YouTuber named James Charles. I'm gonna give you what I got. If you want to find out on YouTube, please. I'm just gonna give you what I have. I don't. I still want to make time for the next set of the next um then it last news. This is the second to last. So this came on my YouTube. This came about on my YouTube lately about this news, and it shows a person being exposed about what he did, was doing, and how he changed his lifestyle on YouTube with his fame. Um, I'm only sharing what I happen to found on YouTube and my thoughts on the matter while it's still fresh, and what means with it. The the recent events James Charles says undoubtedly the biggest history of how stupid he can hit in a effed up way. Back in 2016, he started his fame. with the help of Tati and her husband. He was 17 at the time. He started getting attention in YouTube with the YouTube world with makeup, and then starting to his own brand of makeup. But one day things got a big surprise for him. For James when Tati posted out a video with the caption saying "Bye, sister." Pretty much sure got real in that video. And in this video, Tati talks about James and he has his one behavior that is not acceptable and it's affected in the wrong way, which also includes Gabriel Zamore called out Tati for to say what she really feels about James. She goes on Instagram about how he went after a certain group of men, knowing that they're straight, and when doesn't get his way at them, he plays the victim card to make the person be at fault. She also talks about how it's not okay to use his fame in his favor, and it shows how he can act more, acted more, and the uh the effing victim more than the actual victim themselves. After the video went on YouTube and the fallout with Tati, he lost 2 million plus viewers fans, while she is getting fans on the same platform. The editor in the video, Tati's video, also James mentioned how he tried to get him to be with James. James made a video, a falsified video, uh, to Tati where he apologized to Tati, but went to Snapchat that took it back when he mentioned he had to take care of personal stuff. And the same day when the Tati video came up, he was late to his own show by 2 hours in Australia. Jeffrey and a lot of celebrities who knew James unfollowed him due to his actions. Um, before I continue, this all started when he talks about Sugar uh, one that is a competitor to Tati, like a rival to Tati's Halo Beauty business. So that's where the rivalry started. And then she goes on to try to defend him, and all that stuff. Look, if you want to hear more, go on YouTube. You'll find more. She first posted on Instagram upset at James, which is understanding after what she did for him. He had a reading done by a Twitch streamer and got about like 90% right on James with the scandal. This is a streamer I'm following on Twitch. After the video has been out, there's been a lot of memes of him being made about the situation. James, you have uh, too many chances to stop but never did. Please learn from this. Try to change up whatever you need done in order to gain most of, if not that, some of your fans back. He is the first YouTuber to lose 1 million subscribers within 24 hours of the video. Both Tati and James made a video on YouTube. Tati with why she did it, and James trying to clear up with everything. This feud started with James going to one of Tati's rivals in the beauty world. This is happening at Coachella. I don't know what your thoughts about that. I don't know what your thoughts about that, Tori.
Uh, I really had no thoughts. I mean, this is just crazy.
Yes.
If you ask me, it's just crazy.
Yes. I agree, and this is where the situation comes into play, and I think a lot of people will agree. It's just some bull crap move, and so he hasn't been in a lot of other dramas regarding different things, so he's used to this. I think. Um, like I said, if you want to know more, go to Tati's video. Go to James. Go on YouTube. I put in James Charles. You get a lot of shit from there. So yeah. Okay, so this last one is the one, and I'm gonna pull my YouTube up after. So this is the person I'm talking that I want to talk about. This is the last news This is about a wrestler that died this past week on Thursday. So I'm going to read it off. Some of you may know her, some of you may not. And if you don't know her, I'm here to help. So on Thursday, we got news on the death of Ashley Massaro. She was 39 when she passed away early Thursday morning. She had a daughter named Alexa Massaro, and she was on Instagram when the news broke about her mother's death. I was on Facebook. I thought at first when it was posted, it probably was a hoax, but it is confirmable. Alexa was born in the 2000s and didn't make a statement on her mother's death immediately. Uh, she used to work for the WWE from 2005 to 2008. The cause of death is unknown at the time, and confirmed it's a non-criminal death confirmed by police. That's what before I found out the actual cause. Um, WWE and TMZ confirmed with the death with reactions from wrestlers and fans. In TMZ a sports article, Massaro died early hours of Thursday, was taken to the hospital or transported to a nearby hospital from her house where she died. I guess it was en route where she died. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. Uh, it was reported by Blast that a call came in at 5:23 a.m. from Massaro's house. She recently started training to have a comeback into wrestling, but we will never get to see it now. WWE posted a statement on their sites with "We're saddened to learn the tragic death of the former superstar Ashley Massaro. She performed from 2005 to 2008 in the WWE, and she had beloved by her wrestlers, the fellow wrestlers, or superstars, and fans from around the world. She dated Matt Hardy previously, then broke up. She famously won the WWE's 2005 Raw Divas Search, which included a 2,500,000 a year contract with the WWE. She was a valet for Paul and Brian Kendrick, who was the tag team champions at the time when she started. She had a title shot against Melina at WrestleMania 23 in 27 and 28, 2008, again at WrestleMania 24, in a Playboy Bunny Mania Lumberjill match. She appeared on Survivor China in 2007, but was out on the second, voted on in the second episode to be eliminated. Also in 07, in April, she was the cover girl of the WWE Playboy magazine, which revealed on the episode of SmackDown she cut ties with WWE in 08, then later returned for a stint with a less known company in 2017. Other wrestlers are going to social media to share their thoughts and prayers on to the Massaro family. Also, it was added that she had depression when she had depression she was battling after leaving the WWE. A friend mentioned there was no sign without a warning. It came. She happened to be my first favorite wrestler, female wrestlers before adding the Bailey to that list. Her goes out to the Massaro family, or some piece. Ashley, but gone but never forgotten. Her cause of death is ruled as apparent suicide from multiple sources, and was found unconscious when it was sent to the hospital. Also, she never showed up to work without notice, which was a red flag for the radio station she was working at the time. Your thoughts?
I got plenty of things I want to say. First of all, rest in peace to Ashley, and my heart goes out to her family, especially her daughter. And as far as, and what really angers me, Rebe Hardy, the
Yes.
wife of Matt Hardy said some most despicable things about Ashley, and I don't know if you heard about it, but yeah, she said
Yeah,
some
I
nasty stuff about Ashley.
I did, and um, she got hated for that. To this day, um, and because of that, that's what's going on. Keep going. I'm pulling up the. There we
I'm
go.
just, it just pisses me off. Again, my heart goes out to Ashley and to her family, to Ashley's family, and to her fans,
Yes,
and
heart.
also her friends.
Yes, heart goes out to. This is where I'm going to talk about thing. The reason why she never mentioned it, it's
But
difficult.
Reba Hardy should be ashamed of herself.
Yes,
I mean, look, what happened between Matt Hardy and Ashley were in the past. Let it go, Reba.
yes,
Okay, let that shit go. And for you to say the thing that you said about you glad she did, you that's some evil that's some evil things to say. That's some real evil stuff to say right there. And yes, I'm talking about Miss Rebe Hardy.
yes. Like I said, she did get hated for it, so maybe
I don't
you're getting backlash
you know
from it.
what? She gets hated for it. Oh well. You know why
Yeah,
she get hated for it? Because she had no business saying the thing that she said.
exactly. Um, Now I want to quickly talk about depression before I go off with her theme song. So basically, here it goes. So the reason why she never probably talked about it is because it's a little bit difficult of how it is. She probably didn't come to terms with it. Plus how much her she like that how much time she had her or how much times that she got hurt in the WWE with the head and might have a concussion. Who knows? Um, no one knows why she didn't come to terms. Another thing is she probably didn't think she needed the help, and she was just letting it go through. Um, but if she had mentioned to a friend or a family member saying, "Hey, I need help. I'm not feeling the best," she will still be here. But unfortunately,
Right.
we're not gonna ever see her come back. Because it's it's sad to hear a wrestler having depression. We do not know if there was substance taken when she was found. I cannot confirm it or deny it. So, hey, if somehow we could like remember in the best way ever, that'd be great. Um, and Rebby, please shut the up before you get yourself more into the grave you've dug yourself. The moment you said something, whatever you said, and the first tweet you tweeted out since the death of Ashley. So, firstly to that, um, I think right now it'd be better if we played her full theme song. What do you think?
I'm gonna tell you what I think is Ashley just need to shut up. Seriously, just need to shut up. Man, not Ashley. Rebe needs to seriously just shut up because you don't say stuff like that, especially when somebody like Ashley Massaro passed.
Right, right,
You don't, you don't. There's a time and a place for that kind of stuff, and that was definitely not the time nor the place.
right. Okay, so I'm gonna play her theme song for the last time, as a tribute to Ashley. Rest in peace, Ashley. Like I said, you're gonna, and I'm so sorry, for the Massaro family. I really am. Um, who knows if, Alexa's dad is even around. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not saying that by the way. I'm saying is I'm not sure if she had her dad around at the time or what was going on, but yeah, I'm gonna play her theme song right now. Hang on, I have to start from the beginning.
All I got to say, rest in peace to Ashley. Your
Yeah.
legacy will live on.
Yes. Uh, and I knew this was going to take an hour, over an hour. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. You know what? I think that I screwed up on that part. But that will be okay. There. That was very. So that's all of everything I have for the whole show. And I figured because of the news being so much, or the situation with Ashley, I figured it'll be appropriate to have her being the last bit of news to cover it and be able to talk about it a little bit better. So
I was just reading some of the Instagram and the tweet from people that know her, like Tori Wilson.
yeah, yeah.
The WWE Hall of Fame Tori Wilson said, I am, I mean, and here's something about Tori Wilson. She just lost her father as well.
Oh,
Tori Wilson.
yes, I know what you're talking about.
She just lost her father on the day of the Hall of Fame, and now she lost a good friend. She said, I am gutted by the news of Ashley passing, and my brain doesn't want to believe it. How can this be real? It's difficult and awful news to take in. I'm sending my heart and condolences to a loved one and to everyone whose heart she touched. I am trying to process all this, so I won't say much at the time. I just wish it didn't happen. I wish she didn't hurt. She was a wonderful human being. I am so thankful to have known her and worked with her. She was such a sweet soul with tremendous loyal and loving heart. Rest in peace, Ash. Your male bell loves you. That's what Tori Wilson said.
Yes, there are some wrestlers who will be like that. And it's so much to know that that's happened. She might not be the biggest name, She might only been with the WWE for like 3 years.
During those 3 years, she was so. I mean, everyone said nice things about Ashley.
Yeah, yeah. When WWE says that she was beloved by her fellow superstars, she was, if you cannot
Yeah,
tell.
she was.
Um, and because she only had her daughter at the time, she was never married. It makes sense why well, what we heard about her leaving because of her daughter. That might we might not know if that's the real truth, but hey, um, other than that, um, like from Resolution, rest in peace, Ashley. Well, condolences to everyone in the for who is a fan of Ashley, family of Ashley. Um, just remember now we know she could go visit the likes of other wrestlers who have passed away, and know that she can
And you know
still.
who remind me of Ashley? I know one day that each superstar had the same. Who remind me so much of Ashley today, and that's Tony Storm, because Tony Storm had that same exact style as same exact um, fashion style as Ashley. I mean, I noticed the similarities between Ashley Massaro and Tony Storm. So I'm pretty sure Tony Storm would do something special for Ashley one day.
Yep.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, rest in peace to Ashley Massaro.
Yes. I'm gonna with that. I'm gonna end the show. Um, and with all that, thank you guys for the show watching, and we will see you next week, and hopefully we don't have to cover another apparent suicide from a wrestler. Hopefully by then. So I will
Yeah,
see you guys next week.
definitely. I agree with that.
Your final thoughts?
Again, thank you, Ashley, for the memories. May you rest in peace.
And you guys heard my final
That's my
thoughts.
final thought.
Yeah, and you guys heard my final thoughts. So I'm gonna head off. See you next week. Bye.